Today, we're going to take a look at the Ironwood S134MRK 3-headed planer sander. Everything here is pretty plain and simple, allowing operators easy access to all of the machine's functions right here in front of the machine. Other than the main power disconnect located on the left-hand side, this is our main on-off power for the control panel and all the machine's functions. We've got our conveyor belt on and off, allowing the feed track to both stop and start. We've got our up and down jog buttons for the actual thickness height that we're looking to attain. And then we've got our controller as well. The bed raises and lowers automatically, so with simple motorized adjustments, I can simply key in the end dimensions that I want my workpiece to be at, and now the table will automatically move into position, allowing me to load a workpiece right onto it. E-stop's located here. I've got my hour meter telling me how long the machine's been running, and then 3 independent on-offs for each motor. As this is a 3-headed machine, it's also a 1 or a 2-headed machine. So if I don't need to use the planer, I can simply crank it out of the way and leave this head off while turning the 2nd and 3rd heads on. Down here, I've got my service switch, which allows me access to the machine for maintenance at the end of the shift. So simply remove this key and none of your operators can access this. But if and when I want to operate and run the doors open and look at any belt tracking or anything like that, I can turn this key on and gives me access to that as well. So what's nice about this machine as well is, let's say in the event that I don't have any calipers and I'm wondering how thick my workpiece here actually is, so that I can sand and plane the appropriate amount of stock removal, I can always set it right here next to the automatic thickness device, hold down my jog button until the table rises up. Once I hear that click, I'll know exactly how thick my workpiece is, and then I can start removing in reverse order to how much stock I want to remove. So there's a small little button underneath here that as soon as it senses the thickness of the workpiece, it'll click, and then we'll have our thickness. Our 2 in-feed rollers help maintain stability of the workpiece, and our diamond patterned conveyor belt also gives excellent grip while it drags the workpiece through the machine, ensuring that nothing is damaged or scuffed up if it's a finished product going through. Over thickness protection on the front also ensures that if and when I feed a workpiece through here that's thicker than my desired planing or sanding thickness, it'll actually trip the e-stop circuit, shutting down the machine, making sure that nothing in the sander is damaged because of a small human error. Taking a look inside the left access panel of the machine here, you'll see all 3 heads in succession. First and foremost, we've got our helical planer head. This is going to do most of the stock removal work for us. It's got several carbide inserts that are super easy to change out with quick access to this manifold here through the front access panel. I can swap those knives. They're 2-sided, so simply just flip them around when one gets dull and then run them on the other side. On the 2nd position here, I've got a rubber contact roller, and in my final position, I've got a combination head. So this is both a drum and a platen. With a simple raise or lower of the pad, I can create a totally different scratch pattern with that. With the pad, I'm obviously going to get a better finish quality, longer snake-like scratch with a larger contact surface on the workpiece versus a narrower, deeper, shorter, more aggressive scratch that's going to be left from the drum. Belt tensioning and changes is very easy. I just flip the tensioning rods down, remove this bolt here, and now I can pull my belt on and off quite simply. So simple changes for that. If I'm going to change up my grit sequence, it's no problem, very easy to do. The oscillation and the belt tracking is done through this as well. When I'm done here, I can tension back up my belt. So again, with safety being paramount in the Ironwood world, we've got interlocking door switches on all the access doors, making sure that anytime a door is open during operations, the emergency stop circuit is immediately triggered, shutting down the machine. In addition, belt tracking devices here as well to make sure that if a belt over tracks, meaning it moves too far left or too far right from center, the machine also shuts down, making sure that none of the belts can get torn up or ripped up through the machine. Anytime it traverses past a certain point, the machine immediately shuts down. Taking a look at the outfeed side of the S134MRK planer sander, similar to all the sanders we have in our Ironwood lineup, we've got another e-stop located right here at the back of the machine. Should anything get compromised during sanding operations, an operator can simply hit this button and shut the machine down entirely. In addition, our air jet belt cleaning on-off is right here as well, so you'll hear the air start to move when I turn this valve and then shut off again. This basically sprays an air jet line across the sanding belt, making sure the belt stays clean so that the abrasive can do the work desired to give a nice finished scratch on that material when it's passing through the 3rd head. And lastly but not leastly, we've got our feed speed adjustment here. I can turn this knob clockwise or counterclockwise to speed up or slow down my conveyor belt here. And because my sanding belts are moving at a constant RPM around, in order to adjust my dwell time, which is essentially the time in which my abrasive comes into contact with the workpiece itself, I have to speed the conveyor up to decrease the dwell time or slow the conveyor down to increase the dwell time. So the more stock I want to remove, the slower I'm probably going to run this at, especially with a higher grid sequence, or the opposite is true. If I want to just give a nice kiss finish scratch on this, I can run this feed belt at a higher speed and maintain a nice finish quality throughout my workpiece. Taking a look inside the right access panels of the S134MRK planer sander, we're going to take a look at a couple of things here. First and foremost, we've got our poly V belts, serpentine belts here that we use for the main motor drive belts. These are actually longer, thicker belts grooved into the pulleys themselves, giving us less belt slippage and maximum torque on startup, as well as a longer belt life in general. Additionally, we've got the automatic belt tracking here on top. There's this laser light sensor that's going to sense as soon as the belt oscillates left or right. When it penetrates the laser beam, the head itself will oscillate back, tracking that belt automatically directly in the center of the conveyor belt, making sure that the belt doesn't over-track and leave lines on your workpiece or cause any damage to the machine. The air blow-off jets make sure those sensors stay clean. And in addition, these trip sensors here make sure that the machine can't be started when the belts are detensioned. So if the belt doesn't have any tension, you can't turn the motor on. So here we've got some nice quarter sawn boards with a lot of thickness variation in between here. We're gonna see if we can't clean these up and make them look nice and pretty with the planer sander. All right, taking a look at our finished product now. We've got our before. This is what we put into the machine. This is our quarter sawn finish here. Obviously not so desirable from a aesthetic outlook here. But then flipping it over, you'll see what we were able to accomplish with one pass through the planer sander. This is an amazing result for cutting down countless hours of hand sanding or meticulous planing operations to be able to remove an absolutely great amount of stock in a single pass through the machine and get consistent results repeatedly. Thanks again for joining us. I'm Stefan Schwartz, the product manager for Ironwood Machinery, and it's been an absolute pleasure showing you guys the S134MRK 3-headed planer sander.